You can spend thousands on gadgets and still end up with a drawer full of stuff you used twice. But these 8 gadgets stuck around because every single one of them fixes something you deal with daily but probably never thought to address. They start under $30 and go all the way up to a mattress topper that costs more than some people's rent. And that last one is going to be divisive. Starting with the one that costs the least and gets ignored the most. The Dymo label maker is fully mechanical. No batteries, no app, no firmware updates that break things. You turn the dials, squeeze the handle, and out comes an embossed label you can stick on anything. Now, if you're the kind of person who won't buy a spatula unless it has Bluetooth and an app, this is going to feel primitive. I hear you. But what a $15 label maker actually does for you is create a system. Once you label a drawer, that drawer has a purpose. Your cables have names, your bins tell you what's inside without opening them. It's not exciting, but 6 months later, everything is still where it belongs. And that's more than you can say about most smart organizers. But organizing your space is one thing. Organizing your focus is where things actually fall apart. The time timer was originally designed for kids with ADHD, which is exactly why it works so well if you can't stop checking your phone every 4 minutes. It's an analog timer with a red dial that visually shrinks as time passes so you can see how much focus time you have left without reading digits or glancing at a screen. Research on visual countdowns suggests that this kind of feedback increases willpower because your brain processes the shrinking red section faster than it processes numbers. You set it for 25 minutes, put it on your desk, and the red disappears while you work. There's no notifications, no buzzing, and definitely no app trying to sell you a premium tier for the privilege of counting backwards. It's a timer. It does one thing, and it does it well. Now that handles your attention. But there's another productivity killer you're probably ignoring. And it's the 3 seconds you waste every single time you reach for your mouse. If you've ever used the ThinkPad laptop, you already know about the red track point between the G, H, and B keys. It's a tiny joystick that lets you move your cursor without lifting your hands off the keyboard. The ThinkPad wireless keyboard brings that to any computer, which means you can type, nudge your cursor to click something, and keep typing without breaking flow. For coding, writing, or anything where your hands live on the keyboard, it eliminates that constant back and forth to the mouse. The learning curve is real though. For the first week, you'll wonder why you even bothered. Your cursor will overshoot, you'll accidentally scroll, and you'll start wondering if you should have just married your high school girlfriend and moved to the suburbs. But once your muscle memory catches up, going back to a regular keyboard feels like driving without power steering. So that keeps your hands productive. But what about the information you actually need to see without picking up your phone? The LaMetric Clock looks like a basic digital clock, but it's closer to a tiny programmable display that happens to show the time. It has its own app store where you can install widgets for your next calendar event, a stock ticker, weather, live subscriber counts, or custom messages, all on a clean, pixel-style screen that sits on your desk. On paper, it's overpriced for a clock. That's the honest take. But the real value isn't telling time. It's the fact that you get ambient information without touching your phone, which means you don't accidentally open Instagram while checking your calendar and lose 20 minutes watching a guy from Cambodia carve a full underground villa with a sharpened stick and a bucket. And if you know even basic coding, you can build custom apps for it, which turns it into whatever display you want. But a clock that feeds you information is still passive. This next one can replace your phone entirely for the things that actually matter. This is probably the gadget with the most potential to change your daily habits. The Boox Palma is a phone-sized e-ink device running full Android, which means you can install any app you want on a screen that doesn't blast blue light into your eyes and doesn't tempt you with social media every 30 seconds. Think of it as a Kindle that also runs Obsidian, Anki, podcast apps, and basically anything you'd use for learning or reading without the distractions that come glued to a normal phone. The e-ink display works in direct sunlight with zero glare, and the battery lasts days because the screen only draws power when it refreshes. If you pair it with an Apple Watch on Cellular, you can leave your actual phone at home and carry something that makes you smarter instead of something that makes you scroll. And that pairing is exactly what makes the next gadget worth talking about. You probably think of the Apple Watch as a notification mirror mirror for your phone. With Cellular, it becomes something completely different because you can make calls, reply to WhatsApp messages, get directions, and stream music without your phone anywhere near you. That means you can go for a run, hit the gym, or leave the house carrying nothing but your wrist and a Boox Palma, and you're still fully reachable. The Ultra gets about 2 days of battery life, but even the SE handles a full day easily and goes on sale constantly. And speaking of value, if you found value in the video so far, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe for weekly no BS reviews of the latest gadgets that matter to you most. Alright, so this next one solves a problem you probably don't think of as a tech problem, but it absolutely is. If you sit at a desk all day or do any kind of exercise, you've dealt with that constant tightness in your neck and shoulders that never fully goes away. The Hypervolt Go 2 is a compact massage gun from Hyperice, and it's one of the cheapest in their lineup. That actually works in its favor because the smaller size makes it easy to use on your own back without looking like you're wrestling yourself. It comes with 2 attachment heads. That's it. And for everything from desk tension to post-run soreness, 2 heads is all you need. You could spend 3 times as much on a premium model with 12 attachments and a carrying case. You'd use the same 2 heads anyway. But everything up to this point has been about your waking hours. This last one targets the 8 hours where you're doing nothing, and it might matter more than all of them combined. 8 Sleep is a mattress topper that actively cools or heats your bed throughout the night based on your body temperature. If you wake up at 2 or 3 a.m., there's a good chance your body got too warm, not stress or noise or whatever else you blame it on. The topper tracks your temperature and adjusts automatically to keep you in that optimal sleep zone. And it has one feature that borders on evil genius, which is the ability to heat the bed to wake you up at a specific time. Instead of an alarm, your bed gradually becomes uncomfortably warm until you just get up. It works disturbingly well. Now, it does come with a monthly subscription, which is a tough sell on top of an already expensive product. That's the honest downside. But if every bad decision you've made in the last month traces back to a lousy night of sleep, it's worth doing the math on what that's actually costing you. From a $15 label maker to a mattress that adjusts your body temperature while you sleep, these are the gadgets that earn their place instead of collecting dust. If you want to see more tech that's actually worth the money, this video right here is the one to watch next.